We now welcome the number sixth ranked UFC flyweight contender in the world, Brandon Royval. Brandon, thank you for the time today, sir.
Thank you, brother.
We will take the first set of questions from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cageside Press.
Hey Brandon, good to talk to you again, man.
You too, brother.
Can you tell us the story? You're coming off that big win over Kaikar France on the island. Then they tell you, hey, Brandon Moreno, big night in the flyweight division. Just tell me how it all went down.
Oh, just finessing in Fight Island. I was stuck on Fight Island for like 2 weeks after that. Not stuck, but like I was on Fight Island to go corner another teammate. And I heard about the fight, and I was just finessing everywhere I can to try to get it. So yeah, mainly just trying to pull some strings, and I don't know. As soon as I heard it, just reached out to my manager and tried to get him to pull those strings right away, and got lucky, man.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Since the last fight, I imagine all of the attention, all of just the media attention and fans, I'm assuming, reaching out to you on social media, all of it's increased. Can you describe what that's like for a young guy? I mean, earlier in the year, you're still doing your thing in LFA, and now, you might be one win away from being the next title challenger.
Um, Surreal, man. Talking to you, this whole entire experience is surreal. I just saw Shogun, man. I'm just trying not to like fan out and try to get a picture with him. I'm trying to act cool, you know. So I don't know. It's just surreal, man. I'm just appreciating every moment of this experience and just taking it all in, man. Like I said, 6 months ago, I was working a full-time job, and I don't know, man. It's just crazy to be here right now and see Shogun, all this stuff, man.
I mean, I imagine that's pretty cool the first time.
Yeah,
What was your full-time job before you were doing MMA, or before you were fighting full-time and that you could hold it down there?
I worked at a juvenile correction facility, which was like the greatest job for a flyweight MMA fighter.
I mean, did you ever have to put the MMA skills to keep people in line?
Yeah, it's a job that sometimes you have to like use a little bit of like you have to restrain sometimes because I don't know they fight each other a lot. There's a lot of gang activity in there, and there's a lot of conflict that comes along with it. And having an MMA background and just the skill set to go in there and if I had to restrain somebody, I had that skill set to do it and not hurt anybody and not harm anybody. But also, I had that confidence of just being able to fight and being able to take a punch and all that stuff that I could avoid it really well, and I didn't have to like escalate a such situation because I was afraid of it. Uh, it's not fighting was obviously nothing foreign to me, so when conflict arose, I was never really too afraid that that would like escalate a situation. Sometimes if you're afraid in there, you raise your voice and your voice kind of like you know what I'm saying. So it kind of like escalates situations and. Me being able to be calm in that situation always led to like being able to talk a lot of kids down and I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty relaxed person as it is, so I had that ability to kind of just avoid conflict in there more than anything because of it.
Understood. My final question. Obviously, this is still a big fight. What are your thoughts on Brandon Moreno as an opponent and what he brings to the table?
Brandon Moreno is like I don't know. It like I was just telling someone just a minute ago that like I have to fight like all the coolest flyweights, man. I had to fight Tim Elliott, Kai Car France, and Brandon Moreno, and like as like a fan of this sport, like I feel like I wouldn't even be rooting for me in these fights. Like I'm fighting all these cool guys, and like I don't know. I just saw Brandon Moreno, and like I don't know. He's just I don't know. I'm fighting all the cool opponents. He's so good. He's good everywhere, and he's just like he brings it. He has that like Mexican heart and that Mexican mentality of like move forward, throw bombs, and take risks. And I just have an amazing opponent in front of me, and amazing person to kind of stay motivated. And I don't know. I like honestly just can't believe all this.
Well, good luck, Brandon. Thank you for the time.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
We will take the next set of questions from Sumit Dada with Sportskeeda.
Hi Brandon, I hope you're doing well.
I am. Thank you. I hope you are too.
I'm good. You've been one of the breakout stars of the UFC this year, and it's taken you less than a year to make this meteoric rise in the flyweight division, and now you're a top contender as well. How would you describe this rise of yours?
I don't know. Like I said, just general disbelief. Like when people say you're number six in the world, I'm like, yeah, right. Like I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It just somewhat dumb luck too. Like I just feel like I've been in the right places at the right time too, and it's all kind of worked out. I feel like I don't know. I was probably like number 7 like a couple weeks back, and I think someone got bumped down or whatever it is. So a little bit I feels like luck and just right timing, and I don't know, man. Just trying to accept the reality of all of what's going on.
So after that last fight, that incredible fight on Fight Island against Kai Kara France, stylistically, what do you think of this fight? You know, Brandon Moreno is obviously the number 2 ranked flyweight right now. And from your own perspective, what do you think he brings to the table as an opponent?
He just brings everything. He's a well-rounded game, man. He's a really well-rounded opponent, and and as far as the matchup goes, man, what a banger of a fight. I don't like to say that because I want to just like it to be like one-sided, and I don't want to think of like going in there and getting fight of the night as like what I want to do, but like I feel like realistically, it's one of those fights that is probably gonna end up gonna be fight of the night. And I don't know. I was gonna fight. I was gonna try to. I was trying to fight Brandon Moreno or get myself matched up with him in the LFA. And for the LFA, it's obviously like a lot less money. And I was like, if I was willing to fight him for $4,000, like fighting him for this amount of money is no problem, man. And this opportunity is no problem. So I don't know, man. I just feel like this is a fight that like could possibly take a year off my life. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's definitely a banger of a fight, and like as a fan, I'm excited to go back and watch it. But I don't know. As like someone that's going to be participating, it's kind of like, hey, well, be wild for sure.
So do you think a win this weekend puts you next in line for a title shot, or do you feel that you'll have to go through that someone who's ranked higher than you before you can, move on to the title?
I'm not really sure. I think an impressive win could be the difference between that and not. An impressive performance would be the difference between that and not. But I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily the route. I've only been in the UFC for 6 months, and I don't necessarily know if like I think if Brandon Moreno beats me, that he gets the title shot next for sure. But I think I might need to earn my stripes a little bit more and kind of pave my path and make a little bit more of a name for myself before the title shots in the future. But hopefully that'd be great, right?
Okay, last question for me. So all your fights in the UFC have been submission finishes so far. How do you see yourself winning this one this weekend?
I'm not sure. Brandon Moreno's not like an easy guy to finish, so I obviously want the finish, and I'm obviously chasing the finish, but definitely prepared to go 15 minutes in this one because I don't think he's going anywhere really. Not, not a guy that I can see tapping to anything, and he looks like he has a chin and a half on him. So I don't know, man. I definitely want to. I want to finish. I'm chasing the finish 100% of the time, no matter what happens. But I feel like Brandon Moreno is going to be the guy to mess up my finish percentage.
Well, thank you for your time and good luck for the fight this weekend.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
We will take our next set of questions from Damon Martin with MMA Fighting.
Hey, Brandon. When we did our first interview UFC, and at that point there was a lot of discussion about the division even going to stick around, and you told me back then you're like it's kind of I won't say frustrating, but kind of like scary that you're working your way in and there may not be a division there. Now here we sit, a little over a year later, and you're the number 6 ranked guy, and we see a flyweight fight headlining a pay-per-view. How crazy is it to see how much the flyweight division has changed? Just in this past year and a half, since it seemed like maybe it was going away, and now headlining a pay-per-view.
Yeah, like for any UFC fans that are paying attention, flyweights are putting on the best shows out there. I think every flyweight fight that I can think of as far as like the last few fights we go, flyweights are putting on shows, and I feel like we're fighting like potentially to keep our job a little bit and potentially to keep us shining. But you see that a little bit. I think you see a little bit of urgency from the flyweights, and I don't know if it's just like who they have signed to the UFC compared to who they used to have signed to the UFC. But I don't know. I don't necessarily go out there to fight to go perform or whatever it is, or not to perform, but like to go impress and keep my job. But like, I don't know, I have a little bit of that mentality, and I feel like a lot of these new guys that are coming out here are finishers, man. They're scrappers, and they come here to get that job done, and it's great to see it, and it's great for all these fresh new blood coming in, these guys that are in there making the flyweight division exciting.
There was this weird criticism. Flyweights were, really fast and really skilled, but we didn't see as highlight reel finishes, and I think that's been dispelled a lot, since then. But But obviously, you're doing it. You've had a couple of crazy exciting fights and crazy exciting finishes. You look at the champion right now. Devis rate of a go home kind of guy. Do you feel like guys like yourselves and the champion right now are really starting to kind of turn people's opinions around on this division? If maybe they said, well, flyweights are fast and flyweights are skilled, but flyweights aren't. They're not knocking people out. They're not finishing fights, and I think that's kind of it's kind of been dispelled now lately.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like maybe a little bit like some of these flyweights aren't getting the recognition they deserve. Like Alex Perez, I think, finished all of his fights in the UFC but one, man. And I don't think people are taking him like as a killer, like as much of a killer as he really is. And I don't know. Maybe it just gets like dispelled because some of these flyweights are like 5'5" and 5'4". We don't get enough like, oh, these guys are dangerous compared to like you see a Shogun out there or like Paul Craig, and they're like beast of men, and like I don't know, they're exactly who if you see down the street, you're like I would not want to mess with him. But I don't know, man. Hopefully that like people see me and have that comparison to Davis and that we're killers or whatever. But I feel like if you see me on the street, I'm not the most intimidating fella out there. So I don't know. I really don't know with all of it. But hopefully we're getting a little more recognition and a little more love with all the new blood coming in and just the people that are pitching fights out there.
You mentioned you're not guaranteeing yourself a title shot. You're going to kind of take it as it goes. But before this all came together, we know Cody Garbrandt was going to come down and fight for the title. And you heard, some rumblings. A lot of flyweights weren't happy about that. Guy coming down the division, not necessarily holding a title right now and kind of, jumping the line. I know he didn't take away your title shot or anything, but how did you feel about that? Because again, we're all kind of hearing that when Cody's healthy, he's still going to get that title shot. Like, do you agree with that? Does it upset you as a guy who's in the division? How do you feel about that?
Oh man, so before this Brandon Moreno fight came around, I was like, Cody Garbrandt's what's good for the division, man. All this and all that, and just like kind of excited about it. But then I'm like, well, if I beat Brandon Moreno, I think I'm next in line for the title shot. And then realizing Cody Garbrandt's going to get it, I'm like, well, he needs to earn his stripes. He needs to make flyweight. He needs to win a fight in the flyweight division. So I don't know. I'm being really hypocritical about the situation. Obviously, Cody Garbrandt brings a lot of hype, and flyweights need a lot of hype and a lot of love right now. And he's really what's good for the division. But I don't know. I flip-flopped real quick on that one. I was really quick to change my perspective and mind on that. I'm like, well, Cody Garbrandt, we don't even know if he can make flyweight right now. So I don't know. It's just funny how quick I changed on that. But like honestly, if I was being completely honest, and like from a marketing perspective, like Cody Garbrandt is really good for our division, and he's really good to like shine light on us and stuff. So I mean, I get why he gets a title shot and all that stuff, but quick to flip flop on that one. As soon as I found out I was fighting Brandon Moreno, I'm like, maybe I can get that title shot next, and maybe if I win, I'll be the #1 contender and all this. And then I'm like, oh yeah, Cody Garbrandt, damn it.
This one for me, when Cody did fall out, it was pretty much Alex Perez and Brandon Moreno who's going to get the title shot. Brandon ended up not getting the title shot, and I get it. He's been kind of understandably a little upset about that, considering the win streak and the things he's done lately. Obviously, you expect the absolute best Brandon Moreno we've ever seen, but is there any part of you that feels like maybe he's underestimating you a little bit or maybe looking past you a little bit? Because we've heard a lot of, kind of the anger, that he didn't get this title shot, and he might have a very valid argument about that, but is there any part of you that feels like maybe he is looking past you a little bit?
I really don't know what he's been saying. I haven't been watching his interviews or like just kind of paying attention to what he's saying, but like in my mind and like in like what I think is like I'm gonna get like a pissed off Brandon Moreno who's super motivated. So I get it. I get like him thinking that he deserves that title shot, or like I don't mean to say thinking like he doesn't deserve it or like hasn't earned his stripes, but like I get the motivated Brandon Moreno and all that stuff too. So I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like he's overlooking me because I think I'm a dangerous matchup for one of the more dangerous matchups in the division. I think he's aware of that, but I also just don't know what's going on in his head at all or anything. So maybe he's overlooking me, maybe not. But at the same time, I know that I'm fighting a pissed off Brandon Moreno who is definitely motivated to get that title shot, and that's motivating in itself. I'm like, oh shit, this guy's gonna want to kill me for sure,
Thanks very much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much, Brandon. That is all the time we have for you, sir.
All right, I appreciate you guys.